All right. We back. What's goody?
Get it there.
We in here. What's poppin'? Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. Welcome back for another episode of the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Fact checker Rage.
Uh-huh. We are in this piece once again, doing what we do on the up close and personal. First of all, shout out to Godfrey. Godfrey been on the road doing what he do. I think he out in LA right now. But he will be back. For all of y'all that missed Godfrey, shout out to Godfrey. He ain't been with us yet this year, but trust me, Godfrey will be back. What's good,
Yo, people really digging the live stream. I saw a lot of comments like, yo, I actually like y'all in the crib on this live stream vibe.
Yeah, because they feel like it's a little more up close and personal, and they're kind of sitting in a room just like us right now, checking it out.
Right.
It's like, and in the future, we're gonna be able to bring viewers on to ask questions and shit like that, straight from the crib, just like that. So, This might be the better medium. People feel like they can hear us clearer, and all of that. So, if you like it, I love it.
Word.
In some quick unfortunate news, the Black Lady Theater has been lost. The Black Lady Theater, they lost the battle. It's gone.
Damn.
We're fortunate to have even got our equipment out of there in time.
Damn, it's like that. So, do you know what the new owners' plans are for it? Are they trying to tear it down? Are they at least going to keep it a theater?
I can only imagine. I'm sure we'll have another luxury.
It's gonna be some new luxury.
We'll have another luxury condominium in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? That seems to be the way of what's going on these days. So all I could say is I really appreciate the Hardy family for allowing us to do our work out of there while we were able to,
I'll just say, in the spirit of progress, they lost the battle, but the war continues on. You dig?
Right. The marathon.
That was so friggin' prophetic, Rage.
The marathon continues.
It really sucks that we didn't get to have our rooftop barbecue, bro.
I know. They had so much dope shit out there. We wanted to do a rooftop, like, outdoor episode and all of that. Listen,
with the live audience.
Yeah, well, we'll figure it out.
If we lucky,
some live audience stuff coming soon, but that's going to be announced in the future anyway.
If we're lucky, yeah.
Go ahead. What do you want to say, Ray?
No, I was just going to say, if we're lucky, karma will have it that the universe treat the new owners to a different kind of barbecue.
Well,
Yeah. I'm just saying, just calm.
Maybe lightning will strike. We don't know.
Something.
But, well, listen, once again, before we continue, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support. We appreciate every dollar, every $5, every $10, every $100, whatever you could do, we appreciate it. Thank you. That being said, on with the show. Digga.
Let's get into some topics.
Let's get into some topics. What's good?
All right. Topic number one. Who saw the Oscars this past weekend?
I saw a little bit of it. I'm not going to say I watched the whole thing. I feel like I might have dozed off on it or whatever, but yeah, I watched it, kind of.
Okay. Well,
I saw what you're about to talk about.
Okay. And also, shouts out to the cast and crew and the director of Parasite, I guess the first foreign international film to win those distinguished Oscars.
South Korea.
Yep. So we have a film called Hair Love, which won Best Animated Short Film, written and directed by Matthew A. Cherry. And that got an Oscar. And the premise of the film is a Black father who has to do his daughter's hair.
Nice.
And, you know, just talking about, you know, loving your hair, you know, your natural Black hair. Look, as I caress
right,
my
as you caress your weave.
I love my Black hair. That's why I refuse to get perms ever again. But y'all gonna get these bundles this episode.
And your Black hair is very lovely, Digga. You should treat the audience to it more.
Oh no, I got you. It's summertime. It's too hot for all this nonsense. I'll definitely be doing my natural in the summer.
Okay.
But I would like to highlight the fact that the cast and crew of Hair Love had a very special guest attend the red carpet with them, and he goes by the name of DeAndre Arnold. Now, what makes DeAndre Arnold so special is the fact that he is a Texas teen who attends Barbers Hill Independent High School, and he faced in-school suspension and was ultimately banned from walking his graduation date with his class because he refused to cut his dreads. So basically, his hair was a school policy, and he's Trinidadian.
Okay.
And his family was not with the shits of him cutting his hair, and he was unable to grace the stage for his graduation. So in turn, the cast and crew of Hair Love invited him to walk the red carpet with them at the Oscars. So
see the picture right here, right?
That's one round of applause for Black excellence and upliftment and unity.
Now that's them on the carpet right there. That's the young man, you know, that we see right here.
Yep.
Mr. Cherry's on the left, and I think this is another writer actually on the right. She also was on the stage with him that night. Yeah, you know, look, he looks like he could be going to the prom right here, you know. Some sucker shit that
he looked like he about to do. He looked like Tariq partner in the spinoff or something, right?
One of Tariq's mans at the New Truth or something, huh?
Wait, okay, total sidebar, because we totally didn't have this in the docket, but we just got.
I know, and I ain't got no pictures of it.
I'm sorry, it's all good. We just got to gel off power for like 5 minutes. Yo, is it safe to say that Tasha and Tariq are the worst crime duo in history? What the hell was that clusterfuck?
Yo. Wow. I don't know what the fuck that was. Or what the fuck this is about to be. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to tune in every week to see fucking annoying ass Tariq fucking try to be the new Ghost. Like, I just, you know.
It's supposed to be 48 hours later, right? It's supposed to be. See, I could appreciate it if it was like Tariq grown up out of school. I don't know if I want to see this Tariq.
Well, it's Tariq that go, you know, subsequently what happens afterwards. But I believe there also is going to be some flashbacks of when Ghost and them was kids and shit like that. You see, that's why they show that little flashback of him and Tommy coming out of high school and all. So I think it's going to be a combination of that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like flashbacks of the original, you know, the prequel of Ghost. But then you're also going to see, they're also going to try to drive it with, you know, what happened after Ghost died and how this little motherfucker turns into the new Ghost or whatever. You know what I mean?
What if, because there was a small part of me that was like, Ghost is faking this death is fake. Yo, what if Ghost pops up like, but I died, huh? What if he just sitting back on an island somewhere like, I just wanted to see you be a man?
Listen, there's enough things on this show that are out of the realm of reality that I wouldn't put that out of.
I wouldn't
put that out of the realm of possibility. You see what I'm saying? Like that shit could definitely happen because, yeah, there'd be a lot of,
you never know.
There'd be a lot of unbelievable shit sometimes that happens on this show. But we still love it. We still love Power.
Absolutely. The takeaway for me was when somebody tells you to wait in the car, run to the store real quick.
Okay? And buy you a Snapple on camera just in case.
Just in case.
Just so you have an alibi, because these bitches is shit.
You just never know. You just never know.
But shout out to them. Okay.
Shouts out to Power. Looking forward to seeing the sequel.
Okay, well, hold up. Before we continue, since we talk about TV shows real quick, I also want to shout out another show that, I have some involvement with. It's called For Life, and it just premiered yesterday on ABC at 10 o'clock.
And it was great.
It comes on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock on ABC. It's actually based on a true story about a brother that was sentenced to life in prison, became a real lawyer in jail, not like a paralegal. He became a real lawyer and ended up getting himself out of prison, black brother. Great story. Executive produced by 50 Cent. And yeah, y'all check it out.
Word. I watched it. It was awesome first episode. I'm looking forward to tuning in. I got my DVR set.
It was great. I fucked with it. You know what I mean? And I'm not just saying that because, I got something to do with it, but yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
How are y'all feeling about 50's transition from rapper into, film guy? You think it's nice?
We love it.
I think he's doing a great job. I think he's doing something that's needed. He's using his clout and his cachet to, open doors and tell stories that wouldn't have necessarily been told without somebody like a 50 Cent. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Yeah. And he's providing jobs. Okay.
And putting black actors to work. I love
black actors to work, because the more stories we have like this in the mainstream, the more we have black actors working, Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
No, that's a great story. I mean, I'll be honest, I was a little on the fence at first because I was like, oh, great. Now Hollywood got the memo that we're tired of slave movies. So now all the movies are going to be how we're all fighting the injustices of getting out of jail. Like, that's about to be the new trend. But no, this was super dope. I got my DVR set. I mean, anytime there's a show with black actors and black leads, like I'll turn it on and walk away, just to do my part for the ratings.
Right.
Wow, that's impressive, Dig. I'm proud.
Thank you. I'm a doer.
Well, shout out For Life, ABC. Check out The God, episode 11.
Word.
Anyway.
Okay, now let's get to our real second story on the docket. We didn't cover like 3-4 topics, but
okay.
Back to the docket. The whole Gayle King Snoop Dogg debacle was revisited since we last convened.
Right. Okay.
It actually became a trending topic, or a trending war, if you will. I stand with Gayle versus I stand with Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently folks felt some way about Snoop's reaction, and suddenly Gayle King became the victim.
Yeah, Snoop got a little a little aggressive with the, you know,
He got a little
don't hate
aggressive.
bitch and all of that type of stuff, and you know.
So folks came to Gayle's defense, and then in turn, folks came to Snoop's defense.
Right.
Weigh in, gentlemen.
Yeah. So can I take it real quick?
Go ahead.
Please.
All right. So here's my diatribe on this, right? I have a problem with us constantly being forced to, apply euphemistic terms in terms of how we need to handle things that affect our struggle. All of a sudden, it's dissing Black women and dissing older and respecting elderlies. Well, I say this. Once, in my opinion, you've identified as a collaborator, you dig? And you have a problem with the maintenance of the power structure at our detriment. I feel like that exempts all those classifications once you stop progress and once you are part of the major problem as a precedent in this country. I had an issue one time, dealing with a real Uncle Tom type cat. People were like, he was like, you gotta respect me, I'm an old man. I'm like, in order to get old, all you gotta do is breathe. The legacy that you leave behind is that your record reflects who you are. What was your behavior? What did you do in the time you spent in the world? That's how I'm going to judge you. And my point is, any other people don't allow collaborators to exist when it's something that could tarnish their entire world image. Could you imagine people from the Jewish community say, oh, well, these Nazi collaborators or these old Jewish collaborators, they're old now, respect. Damn that, man. We're talking about our right to exist in this world. And I want to close by quoting Dr. Amos Wilson, the author of the book Black Power, when he said, Black people have to take survival serious. Nature does not guarantee our existence. Okay? We have to start understanding when war is being waged and handle our weapons of warfare as we deem fit, and not just pull these sexy terms of euphemisms and other, restrictions. So I'm not saying I agree with them or disagree with them. I'm just saying let's leave some room here to deal with this matter. That's it.
When it first happened, it's like, I'll find the humor in some of this shit. Snoop said funky. Just the way he said it was kind of funny to me. But, this is a 65-year-old woman. She's an elder. She's a Black woman. I don't know if we are so quick to talk to the other people's elders that way,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Snoop has since apologized for this,
and not to cut you off because I want you to finish your wisdom, but
he since apologized for this.
That's what
I think again we need to. People in general need to do the knowledge before they do the wisdom. You know what I mean? You need to think before you speak. And a lot of times when you're emotional, you do the opposite. You wisdom knowledge. You speak before you think.
And I think that's all that happened here. Yep.
Yes. Now, I feel like we understand his sentiment.
Absolutely.
We understand why that type of vitriol was spoken. But at some point, we as Black people, and especially we as Black people that know better, and Snoop does know better, we got to know better.
Doesn't Gayle know better? Doesn't Gayle know better? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, hang on a second. When you know better, you got to do better.
Well, here's the thing, Rage. Nobody was letting no one was letting Gayle off the hook for that. Like, there was outrage across the board. Men, women, old, young, like everybody was mad at Gayle. I just think there was a way to put Gayle in her place. Even the jokes like the kale and okra, like have a blast with all of that. I just think, you know, I think it's tone deaf to, you know, to dismiss the fact that she is, like you said, Jamar, like she is, and that was the issue that I was bringing up last week. Like, she's still a Black woman elder, regardless of how we feel about her, regardless of,
Facts.
you know, the compartment she's sitting in with us right now. We're not really off her right now, but at the same token, we are genuinely by nature a respectful people. Like, our morals and our
Especially
values.
to our women.
We respect our elders. We respect our women. We help old ladies across the street. We carry their bags. Like, we're just we're just bred different. And I just felt that was very uncharacteristic. You know, even if that's how you felt, because I'm pretty sure that's how everybody felt. Like,
I have one con.
Sometimes you just gotta stop, take a beat, and then, you know.
I have one controversial question then. Applying that wisdom, can an elderly person qualify as an enemy of the people?
Absolutely.
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 Okay. All right. So I'm just saying, my position that I take, and I'm quoting a very close friend of mine, is I got an equal ass whipping for Uncle Sam and Sambo. You know what I'm saying? I got to get free. We can't constantly be allowing ourselves to be criminalized year after year, decade after decade, have our image tarnished and drugged through the street systematically like it is. So,
but Rage,
that's,
you don't think she was being checked? You think people was giving her a pass? I didn't see anybody giving her a pass. Like, now she's a victim. Now she's
that's what I'm saying.
traumatized. Like, now people are able to deflect to this other nonsense, when at the end of the day, the Bryant family are the victims, not Gayle. But prior to Snoop's reaction, we were all clear that, you know, you fucked up, Gayle. Like, nobody.
I understand. I appreciate that.
Was on board with that. But at the same token, I do understand that, you know, you can't tell somebody how to react and how to feel either.
Right, that's it.
You know, you violate. If that's how he was feeling, that's how he was feeling. But you also understand that you have a platform. You still have to be responsible with it. There's definitely a way to respectfully disrespect somebody. Like, white people do it all the time.
Right.
It's real easy to do. Gayle and Oprah is the best example of that.
On some passive aggressive type of shit.
Exactly.
See, we be aggressive. You know what I mean? Like,
you know,
we on some aggressive.
I think that's, you know, it's some, and really it's that, and social media is the detriment of that, because I'm pretty sure everybody was in the crib like, oh, you fucking bitch. But as soon as you put it on social media, there it goes. So, you know,
I respect that. I also respect Snoop's heart and instinct to up the ante. So I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong. I'm just saying, we as a people, man, we got to up the ante sometimes. And man, I'm from a scorched earth policy, tar and feather, drag him through the street. I got to get free.
Here's the thing that I like, you know. When people lash out at people like Oprah and Gayle, they're subconsciously saying, we don't give a fuck how much money y'all got. If you fucking do some shit that we're not fucking with, then fuck you. You know what I mean? Like that's the message. That's the real underlying message. And I respect that message. Now, can it be said in a way, again, that's more, you can still say that message in a respectful way. You know what I mean? In a way that's not so, you know, especially towards your own people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if you're going to be that way,
I'm trying to tell you,
have to make sure that we're that way across the board. You see what I'm saying? Because again, you know, we as black people, we get real aggressive when it's towards our own people. But then white people do the same shit to us, and like we don't find that we don't have that same energy.
Okay,
the
so
police disrespect you and say whatever the fuck you want, and you know what I mean?
Agree. So
y'all ain't got the same energy, you know, that you have. The police kill you, shoot your boy or whatever. You're not, I'm gonna fucking hunt him down until the day But if a nigga somehow you feel like, I gotta get him, and you know what I mean? So it's just like if it was Martha Stewart, you know what I mean? What do you call her, a funky dog face bitch?
Okay, I got one last question. I'm sorry. This is
maybe I hope so, because I'm just saying it's all about equality.
Let me pose this question to the room. Aside from a social media response or a public response, are there any other tools in our arsenal to respond to this problem aside from what we would do on Front Street? Like, what other tools do we have to address this problem?
You know how you hurt people like that? You gotta hurt their pockets. That's how you hurt people like that.
I was thinking of that, right? But here's the thing. It's hard for us to hurt someone like Gayle's pockets because we don't watch her fucking show in the first place. She's getting like $11 million a year because white people fucking fuck with Gayle. We don't fuck with her.
As they should, because she serves them, yes.
What they care about? No, they care about them petitions, though. Like, imagine if a petition would have went around to boycott her. Look, the same way they got the reporter the hell up out of here for reporting reporting falsely that the whole family was on the copter, or whenever this culture feels like canceling folks, whatever they do, they get to petitioning or whatever little tricks of the trade they have. Like, I don't know.
You talking about Oprah's girl though, like this is a different animal.
The best response I heard was persona non grata. We got to treat it like the Sandbox. When she come to Sandbox to play, all of the black people, get your toys and move away. Leave her alone. That's all. When she come to the barbecue, turn off the music, leave her ass in the corner. Like, yo, you revoke your black pass for.
Now here's the thing though, like Gayle, she is the type that really would come to the barbecue. Like, I've been in multiple rooms.
Right. I think she's a little more in touch than
many times where Gayle King was there. Like she's touchable other than
I was gonna say I think she's more in touch than people are giving her credit for.
I've met Gayle many times. I've met her many times.
Heavy.
I it's not that I could say anything bad about her prior to this, because she almost seemed a little more down to earth than Oprah, because I've seen her in, they're bougie places, but they're bougie places that regular people could go to. You know what I mean? Like Oprah wouldn't have never gone there. You know what I mean? But Gayle was up in that piece. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but if she was there now, and I think that's why this means something to her in a way too.
Like, she got, like, that's what I'm saying. On the flip side, maybe that helped her get the message a little quicker. Like, whoa, y'all mad for real. So,
right.
I guess there was,
some redeeming qualities.
And a downside.
Yes.
I just,
she's like, my Kool-Aid crew is mad. The Kool-Aid crew is mad.
Right.
Snoop was genuinely mad.
All my Kool-Aid drinkers is mad.
I just felt like in that moment of her being tone deaf and insensitive and disrespectful to the Bryant family and to Kobe's legacy,
and to us,
in that moment,
to the culture,
the same thing. And that's all. And thank you, Jamar, for recognizing that, because I thought I was gonna have to sit here and cuss both of y'all out. Like, are y'all serious? Y'all do not see what's wrong with that?
No.
God bless you, brother.
We're not here to disrespect the black woman. We love the black woman. You know what I mean?
That's right. We gods and herbs.
she's very essential, and we've been conditioned to, you know, have hatred for the woman, period. You know what I mean?
Well, that's not on the
black
menu.
woman.
That's
So
not
we
on the
definitely
menu
have
for me.
we have to you know, retrain our thoughts and retrain our, you know what I mean? And like I said, initially, you know, I did see some humor in it. You know what I mean? The way he said it or whatever, you know, it was just, you know, whenever you put funky in front of something, it's just kind of funny. Yo, funky ass. Like, you
No,
know.
last episode, I was not here for it. Y'all was laughing. I'm like,
No, funky,
that's not cool.
You know, but, you know, upon reflection. But now here's another thing. I don't want to stay too long on this subject,
right.
but
situations like that, we supposed to be like, come here, auntie. Come here, come on, come here.
Right. But here's the thing, you know. So I saw something where DL was talking about this, DL Hughley, and he's like, listen, I didn't necessarily have a problem with her asking that question. Because as a journalist, you know, at that level, she almost had to ask it.
You know what's interesting?
He said what he had a problem with, hang on. He said what he had a problem with was actually her apology, her backpedaling after she did it. He felt like that was disingenuous.
I always have problems with the backpedaling, me personally.
You know, because you knew what you was going to ask. It's not like, again, at that level, all the questions are scientifically written and planned out and all this type of shit. You knew how you was gonna do it. You knew you had to follow up with all of the, yeah, but you didn't really know him and all that. Maybe that was the part that people didn't like. I don't know, but
yeah, that was the part, because it was almost like, nah, you wouldn't know if he was like that. She's telling you she know the difference.
Right, but what I'm saying is, as a journalist, should she have ignored that piece of his life?
I mean, I already said it. I said you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't discuss something in its totality, even if that's a small blip in his history. It's still in his history. But I think one of the things that happens that we've all been victims of is whenever you see these little 2-minute clips, these 3-minute clips of things floating around without seeing it in its entire context, what came before it, what came after it. This could have been a whole 2-hour interview, but for 2 minutes, they just broached on this topic. But now CBS, knowing that that's gonna get the hits, that's the salacious part of the interview. That's what the that's the real tea, if you will, for them.
So what we're saying is
that's the part that they put out.
It's safe to say, so she was talking about, let's say, Paul McCartney or Elton John or somebody from, I don't know, the Hasidic community or some other major famous person, that she would have showed that same lack of etiquette? Is that what we're saying? Or do we have to acknowledge that there's a particular fairground of making those faux pas when it comes to our people? And what does that mean? See, these are the questions I'm asking. We're talking about an intelligent, articulate, affluent journalist. Don't bring up the topic, period. It's not rocket science.
I mean, but everybody had a blast watching her do it to R. Kelly, though. So it's like,
again, Brown, you can get down. What I'm saying is, do we have any examples on file where we could say, hey, at least she's an equal opportunity fuck-upper? You see what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We had an opportunity just now. Kirk Douglas just passed away.
There's been ample opportunities
of rape of Natalie Wood when she was 15 years old.
Ample opportunities, yeah.
So let's bring that up. Like, let's be an equal opportunity. We need Oprah or Gayle specifically to bring this up, because that would make them look like more
I think, and I believe her a co-anchor that she just had on the show was dismissed for some rape allegations, and she's like, well,
Yeah, Charlie Rose.
yeah,
Rose.
there's two sides to every
No,
story.
come on, man, guys, come on, come on, man.
I mean,
I'm trying to get free, man. I'm trying to get free.
We don't dispute that, Rage, but at the same time, we're also dealing with the wrong of, you know, how we addressing Black women. Like, that's still an issue. However minuscule it is to whoever, like, that's still an issue.
It's because of my unwavering love for Black women that I want to take the target off of my Black ass so I can protect her properly. You see what I'm saying? So, look, man, there's ways, it's yin yang to this whole thing, man. But
ground zero started with her. I mean, I think, it's I guess it's it's journalism. You got to do what you got to do. Bring up the good, bad, and ugly.
I'm not wrong. I'm
all right.
On record. Rage's not wrong, but
yeah, we off that. Wow, actually, there was a great segue. Like 7 minutes ago, you mentioned something about we don't talk to cops and deal with we don't deal with the others like that. Recently, there was a shooting in a Bronx precinct. A man by the name of Robert Williams. He was convicted back in 2002, incidentally, for a similar crime, for shooting out with the police. He served a 15-year prison bid. He was paroled in 2017, and just this past week, he went on a tirade, first by, he was caught on camera shooting at a police van as it was driving away. And then ultimately, he walked into a precinct and just emptied out a whole clip. And once it was empty, he just laid down and surrendered, and they pounced on him. But he went in there guns blazing. Now, in my research, what they're not mentioning in the news, and they probably don't care, because as far as they're concerned, he's a cop killer, if you will. They
didn't kill nobody, but
there was no loss of life. Now I let the record reflect.
He did shoot a couple of them, though. He caught a couple.
He popped a couple. What isn't being mentioned, and what I was able to dig up, was that shortly after his parole release in 2017, 6 months later, his son accidentally shot himself and died.
It might be kind of weird all of a sudden.
I don't know
your audio collapsed, nigga.
Mine?
Yeah, sounds weird.
I'm still sounding weird?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I may need to log out and log back in.
Yeah, sounds like digital noise or something. You're not using an external mic or anything like that, right?
Nope, I'm just using a mic and a phone. I'm weird?
Okay.
Sounding weird?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to leave and come back.
Okay, we're going to talk about you. Hurry back.
Well, listen, basically, so I saw the video of this dude, actually, when he rolled up to the police in the van.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, this was a cold motherfucker. Okay? Because he walks up on the van, he starts firing on the van, they speed off. As the van speeds off, he's just still standing there with his arm extended after finished shooting. Then he just kind of calmly starts walking around the corner. He just walks away real calm. He don't fucking run or nothing at first. He walks around the corner, then you see him kind of run back or whatever, but he was moving real calm. And then after that is when he ended up going to the precinct and starts popping off on the police up in there.
Damn, I didn't see this story yet. I gotta check this.
Yeah, and he went in there, popped off until he was empty, trying to just murder motherfuckers. And
wow.
You know.
Whew. What kind of arms did he have? Do you know? What kind of arms did he have?
I think it was a pistol. Look, it was definitely a pistol.
Damn.
But what Digga's about to, was going to tell us is that he came home from jail, and expecting him to basically be in his son's life or something like that, be a father to his son. His son got killed or something like that. She has the details on the story, but I know a gun was involved. There she is.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2.
You sound better. Yeah, you sound better now.
We'll pick that conversation back up when Digga goes again, Jay. But I hear you what you're saying about her. Yep.
Whatever.
So tell us about. I was just telling them how he came home from jail and all of that, and his son ended up getting killed. What happened with that, Digga?
Yes, and it's also being reported that all he wanted to do was make up this lost time with his son. He had, I guess he had a bad bout with drugs and alcohol. He swore these things off. He was reconnecting with his son. His son accidentally killed himself, playing with a gun some kind of way. I don't, I don't know those particular deets, but his son lost his life 6 months after this man was paroled in 2017, and the family says he has just not been the same ever since. And here we are in 2020 with him shooting at, trying to shoot at the police. Now, I'm curious to know if they would treat this as some sort of mental illness or PTSD or something. So like something clearly snapped with this man. And also the fact that
if you don't get your ashy knuckles out of that camera.
Oh.
Rage.
Oh my
Yo, you blew me up, Jay. My choices.
Oh my goodness. Do not ever.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know you're talking about my knuckles.
No, Rage. You never put those leather gloves up to the camera like that. Are you crazy?
Pardon me, man.
Oh
I just came out the shower. I ain't get a time to lube up, man.
You trying to hurt the viewers?
Jesus Christ.
We had bumpy knuckles and now we got ashy knuckles over here. Goodness gracious. You dragging them things on the ground?
Something
Damn,
like that.
Rage, he really just making you powder fodder right now.
Anyway, continue. Wow. I just saw ashy knuckles all up on the camera. I'm like, what is he doing?
I'm wondering if there was something in this man's life that just, that's just making him have a thing for cops. Because this is what originally sent him to prison,
Now, well, hold up. Now after this, he's still threatening it. He said, when I get out, I'm gonna shoot more of y'all motherfuckers.
Wow.
Is what he told.
I didn't know it.
This nigga called.
He just hates cops.
This nigga called.
Okay.
Let's take a look at him one more time. He kind of called. Now look at his face, all bruised up. Because they hate when you do anything to the police, they're going to whoop your motherfucking ass. You must believe that shit. So look at his face. Look how his face all swelled up. Y'all see that?
So he looked like he could be related to Jim Jones a little bit.
He do kind of have a little bit. A little.
Jim Jones, crazy uncle.
I see what you said. Like
crazy older brother.
Hey, wait, this is up in the Bronx, so hey. Gotta be crazy. Yo, that is my uncle. That's crazy. Well, moving on.
Speaking of
people getting locked up and shit.
Speaking of getting locked up and
indictments and shit.
Our guy, Jussie Smollett. Jussie is back in the news for catching 6 new felony criminal charges, and he's also facing a civil lawsuit from the city of Chicago for $500,000.
Jussie Smollett.
So now he's actually being charged criminally.
Gay Tupac in this bitch.
Now I'm wondering, because what was the situation before? They didn't have enough evidence to indict, or what exactly
I don't know. I thought the shit was on fucking camera of the motherfucker faking the whole shit.
I'm just wondering what exactly is the reason for them indicting now. Well, maybe at that time, maybe he was being protected by Empire, but now he's totally like on his own now. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws here. I'm just curious to know why now. Or like what?
Probably like, man, we got this motherfucker by the gill strappies, man. We fucking know for a fact that this motherfucker was faking. Ain't nobody did shit to him. Ain't nobody have no fucking pocket nooses. Nobody had no pocket bleach. None of that shit. Shout out to UB News for the pocket noose and pocket bleach reference. Yeah, man. Fuck that dude. They got evidence. He probably gonna get a little time for it, but he's gonna like it. He's gonna enjoy himself in there.
No, I don't wish prison on nobody.
I get married in there.
You're gonna be somebody's bitch. Yo, what if he be the Don in prison? He might run to jail. You never know.
Doubt it.
You never know.
Doubt it.
What if he just
I don't
come
know what
out
jail
like,
that
I
would
run
be.
this shit?
I don't know what.
What if he just be walking around like, I run this shit?
I don't know what niggas is gonna let Jussie Smollett run the motherfucker.
Now, you know what he gotta do? You know what he gotta do?
Running up on the phone like, yeah.
You know what he gotta do?
Huh?
As soon as he walk in, he just gotta punch somebody in the face. Like, as soon as he get there. I said, as soon as he get there, he gotta just punch somebody in the face real quick.
Yeah, all right. That's gonna happen.
Jay, we got somebody on audio just came in the room. Hello?
Do we?
What I want?
Who this?
Rage. The real Rage.
Oh, you said the real Rage!
Wow.
Let me find out. The Lady of Rage is in the house. Right,
it's been a while. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, Rage? What's up, mama? How you feeling?
I'm hanging on in there.
That's right.
It's been a while. Well, shit, I saw you last year at the Queens of Hip Hop in Atlanta.
Yep. You know, we
that
out
was a
here
beautiful thing.
in these lady hip hop streets.
That's of course.
Word.
Of course. You a heavyweight. That's what you're supposed to do.
You too, baby.
Wow.
Yeah. So Chairman ain't in there yet?
Chairman not here yet.
He said 10 minutes, about 10 minutes ago, yeah.
Yeah, he's coming.
Good.
Well, we got
he got his hands in a lot of things, so
yeah.
He's definitely gonna be on in a second or two.
It's so funny, man.
Royalty here right now. I'm happy.
Yeah, well, definitely with Digga, but
Queen.
we have a plagiarizer too, because she's a plagiarizer. Let's not
First of all,
what?
Fake Rage.
That's what I was like, what?
Y'all been having this Rage fucking battle for how many years now? Like,
I'd say 92.
Right.
92, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
Young King Studios.
Young King Studios.
Oh, man.
For those that don't know, Rage used to work at Young King Studios. You was like an intern or something like that, right, Rage?
I was the receptionist. All I did was answer the phone and order y'all food from the little Chinese place on the corner.
Man. Yes, indeed.
Right, but you was around all that classic hip hop.
I definitely was.
And I remember when we brought Rage in there, and somehow y'all got introduced. You was like, I'm the real Rage. And it was on from then, yo.
And listen, we used to wrestle, B, and she would get me. I felt like I was
wrestle.
Yeah. I wrestled, and as Premier, I used to tackle him too. Dad, everybody. That was just one of my things I like to do.
Oh wow.
Premier didn't let me get the best of him. He had a time with me though, but I'd wrap him up just a little bit. He'd break out of it though.
Well, I feel like you know when you came out with your joint and all of that, you know, definitely showed and proved who the real Rage was.
Of course, I'm glad you said it. So you hear that? You hear that, fake Rage?
Now,
I definitely hear that.
Showed and proved who the real Rage was, because if anybody say Rage, they're gonna think of you and not this man. Now, right now, he is fact checker Rage. You got to put a title before that. But you know, if you just say Rage, they're gonna think of Rough and Tough with my Afro puffs, like, and that's fact. I'm sorry, Rage. You part of the family and all that, but you know, I gotta call
give
a
it
spade
up.
a spade. You know what
Listen,
I mean?
all jokes aside, Rage, I just want to let you know, I respect your handle and the way you handled yourself in this business. It's aggressive, but you still have shown integrity. And man, many blessings in the future.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Right.
Well, shoot.
Hey, Rage, let me ask you, sis. Did you peep the latest 50 female MC list that just came out recently?
I scoffed at that.
Said I scoffed at it.
Now the fellas haven't seen it.
I haven't even heard it. I wanted to hear it fresh.
The fellas haven't seen it, so they thought it was just me and my own little girl power world. I'm like, no, this was really a thing because the names are like preposterous. But
and I said greatest of all time. Like, what are some of these names on here? Like,
wait,
no, you haven't.
Hold up! Don't. I'm about to reveal the names in order for the first time to everybody.
Okay.
So this is gonna be Jamar and Rage's first time even hearing the list. So let me
I'm gonna keep it on gallery view, I guess. So I guess you can see our faces while you say it and all of that.
Okay.
Right, here we go.
So bust it. No reaction. Just hear me out, y'all. Number one.
Hey, there might be reaction. I can't help it.
Okay. No, you're gonna react. No, you're definitely gonna react. But I'm gonna bust it.
All right.
Number one, Nicki Minaj. Number two, Missy Elliott. Number three, Lil' Kim. Number four, Queen Latifah. Number five, Lauryn Hill. Number six, Eve. Number seven, Salt and Pepper. Number 8, MC Lyte. Number 9, Left Eye. Number 10, Young M.A. Number 11, Foxy Brown. Number 12, The Brat. 13, Trina. 14, Remy. 15, Cardi. 16, Megan. 17, Rah Digga. 18, Snow the Product. 19, Janelle Monáe. 20, Azalea Banks.
Whoa. Janelle Monáe.
Oh, wait, I said no react.
Okay.
19, well, not for nothing, Janelle Monáe got bars. I ain't gonna front. She do got bars.
I never heard her rap, but go ahead.
Nah, she got bars. For real. Okay. But I would have never thought to put her on the MC list, but nah, she got bars. Okay, check it. 20, Azalea Banks. 21, Lil Mama. 22, Asian Doll. 23, Shauna. 24, Fergie. 25, Gangsta Boo. 26, Cuban Doll. 27,
Fergie on there?
27, Katie Got Bands. 28, Dage Loaf, Katie Got Bands is fresh. That she little drill rap out of Chicago. Yeah, 28, Dej Loaf. 29, Rashida. 30, Moni Love. 31, Mia X. 32, Yo-Yo. 33, Charlie Baltimore. 34, Tink. 35, Diamond. 36, Rage. 37, Honey Cocaine. 38, Dreezy. 39, Little Debbie. Number 40, Amanda Perez.
They putting snacks on here?
41, China White. 42, Jocelyn Hernandez. 43, stop, I'm trying not to react. 43, Rico Nasty. 44, oh shit, wait, what does that say? Rocky Bad? Rocky Bad. 44, Rocky Bad. 45, Angel Hayes. 46, Angie Martinez. 47, Rhapsody. 48, Kylie. 49, Emil. And coming in at number 50, last but not least, Iggy Azalea.
So I'm gonna, in defense of whoever made this list,
this list was published by 50/50 Entertainment.
Right. I'm gonna say that this is not in order. They just said 50 female MCs. I don't believe that this can be in order. Like it can't be in order of like niceness or anything like that. I think this is just a stream of consciousness. That's what that sounded like to me, because it was just too all over the place. Like the skill levels were too lopsided. You see what I'm saying? Like it can't be that. So
and the fact that they didn't have Roxanne Shante on there is
Oh,
no Roxanne Shante, no MC Shyrock, no Sequin.
There's a lot of noticeably absent people.
No Jean Grey. No, did they say Bahamadia?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
No.
Oh, man.
That's just to name a few.
Yeah.
No Miss J.
No.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Well, I will say it's safe to say this is definitely a young person.
There you go, Ashy Knuckles. Go ahead.
You know, we can assume this is definitely a young person, and we can kind of assess their taste in music based by some of their choices. And you know, I'm gonna just leave that right there.
I mean,
well, you know, I'll never take none of these lists personal. I don't never,
right.
You know, somebody else can't validate me. I already know what I've done, my potential, my skill level. I already know what league I'm in. I know I'm in a league of extraordinary gentlemen, but still, you, me, and others are definitely have definitely paid our dues, definitely showed and proved, and still can and will do.
Girl,
so,
you and Bahamadia shutting this whole shit down. We the big three. I got my money on me, you, and Bahamadia.
Man, wow.
Big three, let's go.
3 the hard way.
Word.
I could ride with that.
Shouts out to all the ladies, though. Nah, it's definitely, you know, it's some.
You can't forget Nikki D and Heather B. I don't even know if they was on there. Nikki D, the first female signed at Def Jam.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Well, you know, I don't even take this type of shit seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
That was just some powder fodder.
Yeah, this shit was like for shits and giggles, you know, aka shiggles. And you know, we just you know, we just wanted to hear what the list was, but you know, some of those definitely had me scratching my head like, huh? Ooh, what?
No,
like,
I've been getting tagged all week on, so like, because people really take these lists to heart and get mad like, oh my God, they don't respect you. You should be way higher. I'm like, child, if you don't get somebody else's opinion out your mind and going and enjoy the rest of your day, I ain't thinking about this damn list.
Exactly.
But they was smoking
man.
some shit. That looked like a K2 brain. I don't know what the hell they smoking.
Man. Mm.
I'm so
Oh,
happy
well.
you're here.
I know.
Man, Chairman told me that it was going down, and I wasn't feeling too well today, and I was like, I'm gonna check it out, and hey, I'm checking it out. And we have our show that we do, Freedom on Radio on Wednesdays as well.
Yeah, please. Yeah, if you don't mind, definitely. Maybe you can give us a little background on.
Yeah, let people know what you're doing these days. I'm sure people want to know. You know, you legend out here in these hip hop streets.
Well, lately I've just been trying to get my health in order. In the last year and a half, I've been going through health issues. They didn't know what it was in the beginning, and then finally they just gave me threw some things at me and to see what would stick. And it was a list of things, and I've just been trying. The main thing they came out with was pulmonary fibrosis, which is a lung disease. It's basically under the umbrella of interstitial lung disease, and it's a autoimmune type of thing where the lungs attack. Your lungs are being attacked by your immune system, and it eventually just keeps attacking until there's nothing left. But I have a different frame of thinking. I don't think like that. I think that there is another way. I speak affirmations. I speak positivity. I speak healing, all of that, and I believe in that. And I moved back to Virginia. Since I've been in Virginia, it seems like I've been doing a lot better. I will say the air is 100 times fresher out here than in California. So I feel like since I've been here, I've been doing, like I said, much better. I have my days, but I just, fight through it, and I still keep it moving. I've been able to perform, do some shows, and that's a wonderful thing. And so that's what I'm fighting for, to get back on stage and to get back in front of an audience and to get back into my acting and things like that. And so, and doing Freedom on Radio. Tonight was my first night back in a while, and working with Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. on that. And that's a forum that I've been a part of for, I believe, the last 3 years, 3 or 4. It may have been longer than that, maybe 4 years. And he invited me to come on with him, and I accepted. And so it's been a learning experience for me. He is a man with a well of information,
my goodness, yeah.
I mean, I told him, I joked about it. I said, everything. If somebody say something about Krispy Kreme donuts, you gonna say, Krispy Kreme donuts. He gonna break it down. Like anything you say, he gonna have the real about it. Like I was like,
Jesus
wow.
Christ. Yeah.
So I love learning. I love learning and experiencing these things that I had no clue about, and dealing with dealing with Chairman and the Black Panther Party Cubs. It's a new world for me.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Rage. How do you cope with, now that you kind of got the methodology of seeing things through a certain political lens? Like, how do you decompress when you're dealing with the unpoliticized world and how they look at issues? How do you reconcile those two things?
Well, I've learned that everything is political, and I from hairstyles to the food in the grocery stores, things that I looked at one way, I now see like, oh, this is what it really is, from the way pants are made to be tighter, like men wearing tighter pants, Like it's an agenda that's being pushed behind that. Like it's a reason, and it's just not fashion. It's a reason for these things. So just seeing these things, it's like I said, it's a whole new world for me, because I would just look at it like, oh, why they got those tight pants on, or and just keep it moving. Like never think twice about what's really going on. So it's just giving me a different outlook on things.
Are you ever accused of just being a part of the woke community, like, looking for conspiracies where there are none, and how do you reconcile that type of action?
Nah, I've never been accused of that. And I don't know if that's the community I'm a part of or not. I just, see things. I'm beginning to see things for what they are, and if that's what you call it, woke, then I would say I have an awakening. I'm not completely all the way there yet.
Wow.
The wool is being pulled from over my eyes. And that's something to admit. Like, everybody's not going to admit that. It's like, oh yeah, I know everything that's going on. No, I don't. I'm still learning. So it's an awakening for me.
Beautiful. Well said.
Right.
Well said. Wow.
That's so dope. Well, child, I be over here every week getting the rug dragged from under me between these two.
I bet.
They be tag teaming me. One pull the rug, the other pull the curtain. I'm just out here naked. Why can't we all just get along?
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to mention is the campaign that we have called Save the Hampton House. And this is the childhood home of Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., who was the chairman of the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party. And he was assassinated, him along with Mark Clark, Defense Captain Mark Clark, assassinated at the age of 21. And his house is being attacked. And we're trying to preserve it and save it, turn it into a museum. So Save the Hampton House, like I said, that's a campaign that we're working on as well.
We have that up right now on the screen, Rage.
Yes, sir.
So go to GoFundMe.com/Save the Hampton House 50. That's GoFundMe.com/Save the Hampton House 50. You can also donate at Cash App $ Save the Hampton House. Cash App $ Save the Hampton House.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, Chairman, when Chairman gets on, I'm pretty sure he's going to go deeper into, and even meeting Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. was I didn't even know Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. had a son. So when I met him, the guy that was talking to me, it sounded like I had a show in Chicago, and it sounded like, because I really wasn't paying attention to him, and it sounded like the teacher from Charlie Brown, womp, 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 womp. And so when he said Fred Hampton, it snapped me out of it. I said, Fred Hampton? I said, Black Panther Fred Hampton? And he was like, yeah. And I said, his son? And he was like, yeah. And there he was, and he told me how much he liked my work and what he wanted me to do. They were working on a project, and he wanted me to be a part of it. And I was just amazed right then, because the way I became familiar with Chairman Fred Hampton Sr. was I was watching Eyes on the Prize, and they were talking about him. And I was just in awe of him because he was so direct, and he was so, like, he didn't care. He was going to tell you straight how it is, and he was in your face with it. And I like men like that. I'm drawn to strength, and I'm drawn to fearlessness, and I'm just drawn to that. And so that's what he was. And I was like, wow. And then when I got to the part where they assassinated him, I didn't even want to watch it anymore. Like, man, we can't have nobody. It's like they take everyone. Malcolm X, all of our strong leaders are taken away from us, and I just didn't even watch it anymore. But if I had, I would have seen his mother, Deborah Johnson, now known as Akua and Jerry, with him on her lap, and I would have known that he had a son. But I didn't know, but I met him, and that's how we became friends and became comrades and everything. So I'm amazed with him too, because he is his father's son.
Whoa,
Absolutely.
man.
He is. Ooh, oh my gosh!
Man.
You see him in action, boy.
For real, for real. Yeah, it's the business. You got to be
He is the
prepared.
business for real. So
You just gave us our segue to our next topic too. Glad you on the line. Our last topic on the docket was the recent Netflix series that just came, or docu-series, Who Shot Malcolm X. We were
Did you
just
get a
about
chance to see that?
delve into
I
that.
haven't seen it. Well, my son and I started watching it today. Chairman told me about it the other day, and my son came in, and I was doing something in the kitchen, and I walked through, and I said, "What's that?" He said, "It's a Netflix special. You want to watch it?" I said, "Yeah, I want to watch it." So we sat down, and I think I watched the first part where I think it was marked man. So I only got through the first part, but I'm definitely going to watch it probably over the weekend, starting tomorrow. And I'll probably be finished by Saturday.
We're gonna spoil it for you talking about it.
She said we're about to spoil it for you talking about it.
Well,
shoot. It's pretty much the I guess, as far as like quote unquote the facts of the shooting and stuff. But this brother, he's on a, he's taking up his own personal quest to get the facts, and he's going around and really talking to all of the key players and involved, or people that were around, and it really gets deep when it gets to episode 4, when they get right to like the falling out between Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm, and it just kind of goes from there, and all the events that led up to the assassination. And I was very heartbroken, and I had no idea that the actual killers were from Newark. My hood. That just crushed me. Like, oh my God. Like, when I think of Newark, I think of Newark really as like the last black city in America. Like, this is, Detroit is Chocolate City, but this is really like the last, this is one of those cities prior to us getting this hockey stadium smack in the middle of downtown. Like, it was almost rare to see white people in Newark, and it's real, it's just black and Spanish. Like, very rarely do, like, if you see a white person walking down certain streets, like, people will look at you crazy or just assume you're a cop. Like, that's just how black Newark is. And I just can't believe that, like, somebody from this city killed Malcolm X. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Wow.
First the Jews killed Jesus, and now Newark done killed Malcolm. God damn.
It was really deep. And then to take it even.
Wait, real quick before we continue, I just don't want to cut you off, but if you happen to just be joining us right now, we have on the line the Lady of Rage.
Excuse me, the legendary
Queen, the Lady of Rage, in the house with us on the phone, just kicking it. And we appreciate her being here right now. Continue, Queen, continue.
Yeah, so the guy who is, I guess, who fired the fatal shots, the nicknamed Shotgun Man, was a man by the name of William Bradley, Muslim name Al Mustafa Shabazz. Like, he has been, I guess, by multiple sources, he has been labeled the Shotgun Man. And
wasn't it eerie when they showed the footage of him like walking away from
the
that was some eerie shit, right?
Yeah, the whole shit is crazy. And what's crazy is, like, I knew this man. Like, this was a very popular man in the hood. Like, he's one of, like, Newark is comprised of a lot of Muslim, jailhouse Muslim, if you will, just very, very heavily populated Muslim community, especially like the older generation, like the 60s, 70s, there's a lot of, there's just a lot of old school Muslim men inhabiting in this city, and just about all of them, had knew either knew the man or just kind of, I guess it's like a big open secret that he was the one that did it. But I mean, he was able to move around North untouched. He known to be gangster, but he at some point in time he turned his life around. Like he ran a boxing gym. Like he kind of became a pillar of the community, and he passed away in 2018. He had a horse and carriage funeral that got paraded through the city, and now we learn on this documentary that this is probably the guy that killed Malcolm X.
And what was so crazy about it is, now shout out to Chairman Fred. He just came on. We're gonna bring him on in a second. What was so crazy about it is this was an open secret amongst a lot of the Muslim community within Newark. When finally questioned about this, many people in Newark knew that this was the guy who, by word of mouth, because the hood always got the answers. The hood always really knows what's going on.
We solved the crime for the cops
minutes after they happened, type of shit. But anyway, plenty of people knew this, and that's what was kind of crazy too. Like it wasn't a shock. It wasn't a shock to a lot of people. The only person that tried to act shocked was your boy Cory Booker, and that's because he's a politician. You know that motherfucker heard that story before. Let's keep it real. Like, knock it off.
And what was even crazier is that a lot of the Muslims felt like Malcolm got what was coming to him. Like they didn't seem very sympathetic. They felt like
because these were devout followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and in their mind, they thought they were doing right.
You disabled my cam.
Yeah, I know, because your ashy knuckles were stuck. The video was stuck. But
Excuse me. Okay, pardon.
I just asked you to start it.
Okay, right on.
There you go.
Okay.
Keep those knuckles away from the camera, bro.
Yes, sir.
What are y'all looking at? All I see is a beautiful picture of Rage.
Yeah, but now, but I'm saying at one point it was just like, it was just knuckles, and it was just
knuckles and Rage.
Flaky, and, it was not cool. But listen, I'm very excited because not only do we have the Queen, Lady of Rage, but now we have my brother, my comrade, the Chairman, Fred Hampton Jr. in the house right about this time on the Godcast. Clap it up. My brother, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. I'm honored. I'm humbled to be on here with you, my brother and sisters. Hey, I'm honored. I'm honored to be here.
You on your phone? If you could turn your phone to the side, it'll make the picture wider.
No, I'm actually on the iPad, old iPad. I'm trying. Okay, hold on.
Turn it to the side. There you go. Look at that.
Okay.
Now you did. Now you're like
yes, sir.
Now, okay, yes, sir. All this technology.
That's all right.
Kind of new to me. You're trying to catch up with all the technology. That good? That's good.
Yeah. Tilt it back a little bit so I can just see your face a little bit better. Tilt it up a little more. Around there. Almost.
Yes, no, more.
That should be good.
Yeah, you good.
I can see you right there. There you go.
Right on.
There you go, Chandler.
Hey, love and respect. I'm honored. I'm honored to be on here with y'all. Real talk.
Yes, sir, brother. We honored to have you on. You know, I've known you for some years now, and yeah, it's always a pleasure to be in your midst, brother.
Hey, the sentiments are reciprocal. The sentiments are reciprocal, man. Real talk.
True indeed. I remember, man, this was back in like maybe 95, 96 when I was first working with Dead Prez. They wasn't even signed yet, but you know, these brothers was you know, they were part of the Black Panther Party, and they was doing their work. And we took a train from New York out to Chicago to a function that y'all were having at the headquarters, basically.
Yeah.
And I remember that was like the longest train ride I ever took in my life. It was not fun, but you know, for the cause, it was some real, you know, camaraderie shit, you know, and
yes,
we're
sir.
happy to do it.
Right on. Right on. Well, we appreciate you, brother. Real talk.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Free them all, Chairman. What it is, man. What it is.
Free them all, man. Y'all, hey, salute to all this energy that's on here, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if I understand correctly, you know what I'm saying? I know Lady Rage, she been rocking with y'all. Rage, I guess you on deck right on, bro. Rah Digga.
Hey, Rage.
I'm honored to meet you.
Hey, my honor. So you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm honored and humble to be online with y'all. Yes, indeed.
Well,
Okay.
so listen, we got you here now. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on right now. Some of the things that you know you want to bring to the attention of the people.
Right
We
on.
know there's a film. We know that you're striving to you know, preserve the Hampton House. So let's talk about all of these things, brother, and make knowledge born.
Right on. So the camera good? We still good? The camera?
Yeah, you good, bro.
Yep, you're good.
And as we speak right now, literally, I'm at the Hampton House, and this is the childhood this is the childhood home of Chairman Fred Hampton, the house that he grew up in. It's right up the west side of Chicago. We've been here fighting literally about actually 2 years to save and maintain it. The banks had a date set to take the house. This is the same home in which when the FBI had placed a wiretap on my grandparents' home when he was about 13 or 14 before he was Chairman Fred, when they had recognized his organizing capabilities. When he had took the junior NAACP from about 300 members in about a 7.5 month time period. It's actually the same. It's across the street from the elementary school that he attended, Irvin Elementary School, and ironically, the school is still there. And also the case, one of the cases that they had framed him with, the ice cream truck robbery. This is the case in which the state had claimed that he had supposed to took $71 worth of ice cream from the Good Yuma ice cream truck, and I specifically said the Good Yuma ice cream truck because I grew up, you know what I'm saying, to this day, we still cannot patronize, we still can't eat no Good Yuma ice cream because this is they had used the Good Yuma ice cream truck to help frame Chairman Fred for this case. They say to the right here on the corner, and they say he gave the ice cream to the children. And what his defense was, even though they lied on me, made me have to be a thief, they made me have to be a Robin Hood type of thief, so I gave it to people so they still show the true nature of a Panther. And that's the case he was subsequently sent to Stateville and later on to Menard. And that's a whole other war story about, you know, what happened in there, you know, saying what he did. I'm sure we had time to talk about that too, how he organized the cats when he's locked up. But I'm saying all to say that this is, you know, we say one of our mantras or our sayings with this is that it's bigger than the building, more significant than the structure. This campaign to save and maintain it, we, you know, say we don't see this no subjective, like, you know, I'm tripping on my daddy house. In fact, when we talk about Chairman Fred, I try to put it as objectively as I can. Like you never heard me say the police killed my daddy. You have heard me say that the United States government assassinated Chairman Fred. To put it in this, and that's not to be stoic or cold or nothing, but to put in this political context. You know what I'm saying? About the open the door for the conversation about the COINTELPRO, the counterinsurgency, the whole 9 yards. And this location, after Chairman Fred, the defense captain Mark Clark was assassinated, and we stressed that term, that they didn't pass away, they didn't die after they were assassinated December 4th, 1969. The police and other, the local police and other law enforcement agencies, they came through this whole neighborhood. They pulled people out their houses, brothers in particular, and they told them there'd never be another Fred Hampton. It'll never be another Fred Hampton out here. Period. Never be another Fred Hampton, period. My uncle, Chairman Fred, he had 2 siblings, a sister and a brother. The last sibling was the uncle, the older brother. Ironically, right before he had passed, I was in West Oakland, where the heart of the Black Panther Party was organizing that, and I was chopping up with Newt, that's Minister UEP Newt's nephew. And we were talking about how West Oakland and other places where the Black Panther Party was organized at real heavy, they were strategically hit. Like, you know, they refer to as salting the earth. Salting the earth. I mean, they have flooded these neighborhoods, in particular with dope and drugs, everything. Now, I was telling him about 30 some years ago, I remember some cats was hustling right in the same spot where Chairman Fred got assassinated at. And I rap with these cats. I say, man, y'all know the history of this? They say, man, the police don't mess with us when we right here getting down. I said, I'm sure. And after I hit them to the history of it, they said, we finna leave. We gonna respect this location. Lo and behold, when I get back here, my uncle had passed. They literally tried to turn the house Chairman Fred grew up in to a spot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the police, open air market. Police getting down with them the whole lick. So we had to come, you know, we clean house, literally, figuratively, and politically. And we've been here maintaining sometimes no heat, no water, none of that, you know, freezing cold. And in fact, the banks had a date said they were going to take the house. And we told the banks and the whole administration, handcuffs and caskets before we abandoned it. We get handcuffs and caskets before we abandoned it. And the people been coming through, man, with bottles of water. There's so many stories, war stories about people coming with old photographs of Chairman Fred. And like even the children that go to the school across the street, a lot of them cats, they didn't even know who Chairman Fred was. Once we start politicizing them, you can see, man, we got a joke. We say them cats, they had to get their shirts, they had to get bigger shirts because they start sticking their chests out. They start, you know, saying, man, we go to school right across the street from Chairman Fred grew up at. And so a lot of our programs that we've even done, the Black Panther Party Cubs programs, like the Triple C's, the Children Community and Cubs, which is done in the spirit of the Black Panther Party Free Breakfast program. We've done the programs right here. We have a show we do every Wednesday called Free on My Radio, which is hosted by myself and Gayle Rage. And we've done the spirit of the Black Panther Party newspaper. We conduct that right here. And this campaign it's the height of a lot of contradictions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, man, all these
Tilt your camera up, Chairman. Pardon me. Tilt your camera, brother, please. It's important. We need to see your countenance. Right on.
Good? No.
No, it's falling back down. Yeah.
Forgive me. Okay, let me see what
Maybe if you could step back, perhaps.
Okay.
Right on.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So this campaign is the height of a lot of contradictions. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? You know, people say, why is it that the bank is talking about taking this house? You know, all these people talking about, you know, they love Chairman Fred, so on and so forth. And it's really, pull the covers off a lot of cats too, because, you know, we got a saying too, we say a lot of cats, they play black when it's beneficial, they play Panther when it's profitable, and claim be connected to the Cubs when it's comfortable. You know, and we, you know what I'm saying, we say, you know what I'm saying, we, with this legacy, in fact, the Black Panther Party Cubs, we say, and we say Cubs, a lot of people say, we didn't say we just some young cats, but we are the ideological Cubs of the Black Panther Party. And we say it's a tough act to follow, but we attempt to walk in their paw steps, not their footsteps, they Panther paw steps. And so this campaign is, the police try to come through the doors, kick the doors, you name it. But I just want to, commend the people for keeping us here this long. We still maintain, we still here. Our programs are jumping up here, and it's reflective of contradictions and issues our people going through all over. In other words, like we talk about Chairman Fred being assassinated. I tell people, though the government took out my father in a graphic way, you know what I'm saying? They attempt to take all our fathers and mothers out. You know what I'm saying? By shooting them down, stringing them out, locking them up, punking them out, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Take them. And this housing thing, no, man, the Freddie Mays and the Fannie Mac, the Freddie Macs, the Fannie Mae, different mortgage companies and American gangsters and banksters that's been ripping up our people all through the country with these mortgage companies. This was happening to our people all over. You know what I'm saying? You know, people, you know, a lot of times we say, well, how do we lose the house? We do something wrong. Man, new housing, this government got planned for our people is the penitentiaries and the graveyards. So we've been using this camp. In fact, when we exposed what the mortgage companies and the banks had done with my grandparents on this house, the county clerk said this is one of the most bogus predatory lending thing they've ever seen. So a lot of these contradictions, a lot of times we hold it to ourselves. We don't talk about it because it's embarrassing being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to heighten the contradictions, say, no, this is happening to all our people. So it's ongoing. So we say we up the ante not just to save the Hampton House, but to save and maintain the house that Chairman Fred Hampton grew up in.
True indeed. True indeed. Well, right now we actually, you know, we have a picture of the house on screen right now. We have, again, we're sharing the GoFundMe.com/SaveTheHamptonHouse50. GoFundMe.com/SaveTheHamptonHouse50. And also you can go to Cash App, $Save the Hampton House. That's Cash App, $Save the Hampton House to add on.
Yes, sir.
Well, also, I understand that there's a film being put together about your father. Am I correct?
Yeah. Let me give a little background too. So try to where we've been, like some of the previous attempts, and how even got to this stage. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't no. I don't want people to take for granted. This is no easy point that we got to. In fact, I've said on a number of occasions that these last two campaigns, and we got a lot. We do a lot of campaigns every day. You know what I'm saying? Doing political prisoners, the police, terrorists, you name it. And the campaign to Save the Hampton House, and also the campaign even dealing with that movie dynamic. It's been two of the most difficult things I have to deal with lately. Yeah, it's been a number of different attempts. In fact, one stage in the game, off the top of my head, prior to the butler, Forrest Whitaker was supposed to be talking about doing. You know what? Before I go there, let me tell you what my frame of reference is. I'm about 12 years old, and I remember we in the basement of this church having a political education class, and this is one of the cold winters in which our heat was cut off, our gas was cut off at the house, and I recall they bring this book proposal on a book to my mother, and I remember her saying it's a no-go because they was building the police up like the police was like the protagonist, a good good character, so on and so forth. It was really based about them, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I remember just asking us, I said, well, if this happens, the heat would come on, we can get the heat on the house. And I remember her principal position. I'm talking about the Cool and Jerry, formerly Deborah Johnson. I'm talking about the widow of Chairman Fred Hampton. I'm talking about the one that covered down over his body when the police shot over 99 rounds inside the house. You know what I'm saying? When she's 8.5 months pregnant. And I remember her position, her principal stance saying, no, we ain't going. You know what I'm saying? And she presently chairs the December 4th committee. And I want to preface with this. I've said on a number of occasions, I feel fortunate to have fallen from the tree of two freedom fighters, Chairman Fred Hampton, also of a Cool and Jerry, formerly known as Deborah Johnson. And I remember that. But again, I'm about 12 years old. So when there's been different attempts, the people that come say, man, let's do this, that. I was mentioning earlier about the Forrest Whitaker piece, and some cats in the party had told him, say, man, his son don't play no games, man. He hold fast about that legacy, he real big about that legacy. So I guess they went to search for greener grass. That's when they did the thing with the butler, so on and so forth. Then there was attempts, what else? Even the thing with Antoine Fuqua. They was talking about doing it, and you know what I'm saying? Then even some family members who I don't deal with was saying, you got to talk to his son, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, a lot of these cats, they look for easier, people don't hold them accountable. Like I guess I tell you, like, I want to lose weight. So sometimes I hear what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? I hear the problem, I drink a little more water, but I'll be fighting the other stuff. A lot of times, cats, they want Chairman Fred, but they don't want him. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward to, so we done been a lot of battles. So we done had to cross them T's and dot them I's. And I mean that literally and figuratively and politically about their legacy, man. And not just in regards to the movies or the books, you know what I'm saying? I mean, organizations, revisions of history, you name it, you know what I'm saying? And some have been nefarious and some have been just naive. So this last move where we at now, we in this stage of the game, we had got word through different forces, you know what I'm saying? Then it was tug and pull back and forth, and it was a no-go for me. It was a no-go for a minute, but there was certain forces that came, you know what I'm saying, that touched down with us, and it got to the point that we had was a consultant, what they refer to as a cultural expert on a piece, and that's not to say it still ain't no, you know what I'm saying, ain't no battle. I learned. I mean, there was a lot of battles on the set, you know what I'm saying, on them, and so it wasn't no easy process, and it's still no easy process. But it was some one-on-one dialogue with a couple of forces in particular, even Ryan Coogler, you know what I'm saying, that really helped, you know what I'm saying. Like I had to stress we had stressed you know what I'm saying, and I'm saying we, because it ain't just when I talk about chairman, it's a committee. I'm held accountable to our advisory committee is actually some members of the actual Black Panther Party, and something that we talked about also in regards to this. This is not only what they refer to in the industry as a period piece. It's still relevant issues, and you know what I'm saying. It's still we still dealing with present day cases and you name it. So it was a battle. I have no regrets. I have no regrets because I do feel like if I wouldn't have been involved, we just could have went. You know what I'm saying. But I had assessed it. I was telling this sister one time. It's like one of the most. I came back from the set one day. I say it was it was inspiring and it was draining. It was up, it was down. And as she said, well, it sound like you. She said, it sound like you describing labor, child labor. I said, well, I can't relate to that. I said, I can't relate to that. I respect that. I said, well, with that analogy, I say, I hope let's look forward to this baby, this baby being, being all right. You know what I'm saying? And so even with that analogy, also. We still got to, have our heads up for the editing or the quote unquote vaccination process, all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's an ongoing thing.
So not to cut you off. So just to put it in a nutshell, right now, y'all, has filming begun? Filming has begun? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So are you at a point where you can announce like who the Are there any big name stars attached to it, or are these just fresh actors and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Because I know you said Ryan Coogler, the director from that's the Black Panther. His production company is doing this. Yeah, so this is a real fucking thing right here.
Yeah.
So
Macro Entertainment. Charles King and also with Warner Brothers. Then you got just the top of my head. I'm hesitant to name some of the. You got Dominique Fishback of whatever piece whatever she plays in though. Daniel Kalia, Lakeith Stanfield, Martin Sheen. Who else in the top of my head?
Like just to name a few.
Okay, no. So y'all shooting.
Algie Smith.
Who else?
Algie Smith.
Okay, there you go. Well, listen, and so how far to completion are y'all almost finished filming, and how far along do you think this project?
I'm learning as we go through this process. It's this whole dynamic, like what I'm saying. And so technically, the filming, we're going through filming, but we still, I know they say it'd be different. They might got to go do some other editing, so I'm I'm still heads up. Like I said, I'm so damaged from the process I've been involved in. I was jumping up at nighttime, hollering, "Cut! Stop!" You know what I'm saying? So I was coming in every morning, 2 cups of coffee every morning. So I'm still in mode right now. So technically, it's supposed to be not, they're going through the next process of it. You know what I'm saying? But
do we have a working title for the name of this?
Well, that's the issue too. They had a title issue. We had some struggles with that. So we in the stage now. We had some issues with the title they proposed at first. So now it's technically Untitled. The Untitled project. That's what it is now. Okay,
but it's surrounding your father, Fred Hampton's story specifically.
Yeah, and we had some issues too. There was some contradictions about who perspective the proposal came, who it's coming from. We had some issues about that too.
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. See. Yeah.
Yeah. Chairman, can you give us any without spoiling anything? I'm really curious about costume or set, or how true to form has it been, and were you able to advise on, wardrobe and things of that nature? And most importantly, how do you feel about that brother Daniel's portrayal of Chairman's beats and his his ways?
Who is playing Chairman? Who's playing Chairman?
Daniel Khalil.
Daniel Khalil. I'm not sure.
That's the dude. You know him, so you know him, right, Jay? Right.
No.
From Get Out. He was the star of Get Out.
And Queen and Slim.
Oh.
And Queen and Slim, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Boom.
Okay. Well, he doesn't automatically look like him.
Exactly. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But that sometimes it's the essence of.
Yeah. It's funny you said that too, bro. Not even to cut you off. Let me cut you off.
All right.
You were saying?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's funny. It's funny you said that. You just triggered a memory. Because actually, some years back, I'm gonna say at least about Rage, about 10, 15 years ago, we
2010, 2011.
2011, we was working on putting together a piece on Chairman. This was, from the ground up independent piece, and I might have talked to you about this too before, though. I've been, talking to different forces. We had shot the piece with Rage
a while ago.
A while ago, yeah. And you know what? I'm flashing back now. A while ago, and because I remember the brother who I had you in mind. Yeah. The scene, brother forgot his name. He was he's in the party. His name comes to me 1 minute. I remember this whole discussion now, just like deja vu. But we had shot the thing with Rage with my mom's. We had talked to Mos Def playing the Chairman. You know what I'm saying? This was back in 2010. You know what I'm saying? So
now, that's funny because Mos Def kind of looked like Chairman to me.
Right.
He kind of looked like him in a way.
Yeah, we had the whole. This was.
Wow, I could see that.
You know who else resembles him?
Cool.
Wow.
I can see it. Yeah.
But I don't know if G-Rap got the chops. Mos Def definitely got the chops.
Yeah.
I told Mos Def years ago. I said, "All right, now you got gained the weight on me, man."
That's it. But do it.
Down to the dimples and all.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I checked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's even with these even these group of this names that a lot of I wasn't familiar with. You know what I'm saying? They now it's kind of like I'm seeing them in different moves now, and talented. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Talented, including Daniel Khalil, and we had some. And I know I wasn't the easiest person, and you know what I'm saying. I don't get the easy person, you know what I'm saying, to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But and it was like even prior to even the shooting of the film, even the shooting, it was certain things, because deal is also character is in character, and it's not just and in fact when I hold it so to the point that I mean the state they still shooting at the legacy of Chairman Fred. I mean, right where he's buried at right now, his tombstone is still shot up every year by law enforcement right now as we speak. And that's something that, you know, so just for even associating, you know what I'm saying, playing that part, I know a lot of heat come with that, but it was a real strained, interactive, you know what I'm saying, dialogue, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of these forces, you know what I'm saying. My mom's, you know what I'm saying, brought on set, you know, and I love, you know, like even the whole thing about the politics, you know what I'm saying, the movie, the industry is still mind blowing to me, you know what I'm saying, and so it's a struggle to cause like that movie, A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson's character say, you know, y'all can't handle the truth, you know what I'm saying, so trying to put much of political, we struggle to put much of that political appeal in that applesauce, and still, you know, at the same time, you know, man, not compromising the legacy of Chairman Fred, and it was wear and tear, man. It was, you know what I'm saying, it's still, I'm having flashbacks from days on the set as we speak right now, you know.
Well, listen, we got to get ready to wrap it up. We appreciate you coming through, brother.
I appreciate y'all.
A treat upon treats bringing rage with you. This was a very
right on.
Fake rage.
We
The
real rage.
That's right.
That's the real rage.
Brought the real rage.
That's right.
We're gonna have to do. You know what? We're gonna have to do a whole show maybe of how does it feel to be second fiddle to the sister, Rage. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Man, and from home team.
You heard that? You heard that?
Wow.
Damn, Rage.
And that's from my home
ouch.
team too. Yeah.
Ooh-wee. I'll say.
But, hey, let me say this.
Well, I've been putting up a screenshot of you that I got off the internet. You're looking beautiful in this picture, I must say, too.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, wow.
And yes, listen, we happy to have you both. You know, both of y'all are friends to the Godcast, and you're welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you.
You know.
And y'all are welcome to Fremont Radio as well, anytime.
Absolutely. Just let us know.
Oh, I would love to call in.
So why don't y'all, before we leave, maybe if you got any social media where people could contact y'all, things of that nature. I'm gonna flash the thing about the Hampton House one more time. But yeah, just, you know, give your last shout outs before we get out of here.
Right on. Rage, you wanna rock it first?
Well, I'm on Instagram, the Lady of Rage _. You can catch us Fremont Radio every Wednesday, 929-477-3785. Press 1 to be in the queue, or you can go to www.blogtalkradio.com/straight up talk, and that's STR, the number 8, UPTALK.
Hey, let me say revolutionary love, respect, and appreciations to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm honored. I'm humble. Man, it's good to touch down with you, my brother. Rah Digga, hey, love and respect. Rage, I ain't gonna go through that battle with y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate this so much. This actually the most I talked about this thus far. The first time about the movie thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm honored to be here, and I look forward to keep y'all updated. Again, we on Fremont Radio every Wednesday, 6:30 Central Time. I'm at Fremont Radio on Instagram. Again, you get in contact with the Hampton House. But again, revolutionary love and respect. We appreciate y'all. Let's continue to make history, take history, and tape history. And brother, I thank you, man. I'm to my man, hey, man, we go, man, yo support with the campaign when I was locked up, everything. You know what I'm saying? I got a memory like a elephant when it comes to that, man. I don't forget that, you know what I'm saying? So again, love and respect, and it's been an honor. And I look forward to, we look forward to making history, taking history, and taping history with y'all. You know, real talk. It was I call Fremont.
Maybe you can find a spot. Maybe you can find a spot for me and Digga in the movie.
I was just
you know, we both seasoned actors and actresses.
Hey, real talk. Hey, they say I'm talking about. And I got work. Like I said, stuff will start moving, but we got work. We had jumped on the thing, but hey, this gonna be ever developing. You know, so definitely, man,
Oh,
Listen.
talk to somebody,
Hold on,
man.
wait. But
Mother
Digga,
Moon,
remember, Jay? I'm sorry, Chairman. Me and Digga, I had floated the idea of potentially Digga playing Asada. You know what I'm saying? Digga looks like Asada.
Dig.
Digga looks like Asada, man. You know what I'm saying?
You look,
Wow.
Like I could be a Sada.
I'm so
Listen.
serious. I'm so serious.
Our time is run out, yo. We got to get ready to get out of here, man.
Okay.
We appreciate everything.
Appreciate y'all.
So yes, listen. Once again, man, this has been a great show.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of surprises, a lot of gifts. For the Yanadameen Godcast, man. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Fact checker Rage, free them all.
Free 'em all.
Come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.